slight intellect, shy with a vibe, but I'm sly into it. Too blessed to burst this purpose with your brain. Oh no, oh no.
Yes, bro.
How's it going, Luke? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Really appreciate it. And I always say it to you, likewise. I love the content. I like the creative direction in which you're taking things. It's the tallest building in Birmingham.
Well, I think it's there for us, man.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there, Luke, man. The vision in which I have for myself, as I'm sure you have for yourself, there's going to be a lot of alignment.
What's good, people? So we are back. Brand new year, 2026, January. It is January 14th right now. Working on a lot of different things, projects, getting things right, speaking to different people, clients, potential clients, and just working through the system. The past couple of weeks since this year started, I've been spending a lot of time on fitness. You know, like I said to you guys last year, working out for me was one of the top things that has always helped me in my craft and to help me for my mind and for my body and everything. I've been working out crazy, doing more mileage than ever. Last week, we ran over 25 kilometers. The first time ever doing that. This week, the same again, over that, probably 30 kilometers. I'm running over like 100 kilometers a month. I don't know how much that is in miles, but I'm gonna put it on the screen here. Also, hitting the gym a lot as well. Still lifting heavy. A lot is going on. Got some trips planned for later this year as well. So it's working through things. I say in my videos sometimes, like, what is your North Star? You know, where are you really trying to get to? Is it to be building a big, massive business? Or is it to, like, you know, just become fitter? Is it to work on your mindset? What is your North Star? And once you work out what you really want for yourself, you start to change how you act, who you're around, what you consume, the things you consume, the people that you listen to, the people that you talk to. It all matters. And I think you need to surround yourself around people that are doing amazing things, people that inspire you and push you, because those people are going to be the ones that are going to take you to that next level. They're going to be the ones that are going to be like keeping you accountable to who you want to be. And you need those people around you, because if you don't have that around you, you're just going to slack off and you're not going to go to the gym, you're not going to work out, you're not going to run, you're not going to move your body, you're not going to read that book, you're not going to speak to that person, you're not going to make the moves you want to go and make. So you need to have people around you that are going to keep you accountable, because it all matters. Just getting to work, man. We're back again. 2026. It's not ready for me. I'm coming. I'm telling you, I'm coming.
Basically, Daniel actually gave, so I'm helping Kevin here with all of his content.
This is a laptop, yeah, so I'm always like, oh, I'm on the laptop, what am I going to read? Like, you know, just mentally, I'm just, you know, doing things.
I need to dip my toe in all the different things that I've got going on and not just like shift the one and not shift the other to the other, but
Yeah, how can I help you get to that level, and what does it take to get there?
whatever happens, that's what I can make peace with.
When you do like quick for yourself as well, you
Exactly.
just enjoy it, like, you know, you just enjoy it. It's not like this pressure. And it's currently just gone 11:20 p.m. Just been here working through things, you know, say it all the time, but that's all we're doing, just getting to work. Went to the cinema this evening, went to go see 28 Years Later, and it was a decent movie. Like, you know, I feel like the horror movies nowadays aren't really scary, but it's more about the story arc and what's going on. And we're gonna get another movie. This one came out very quickly after the other one, so yeah, but it was a good movie. I'm not mad at it. Tomorrow we've got a long 14-kilometer run. So tomorrow, gonna get to work in the morning, then hit fitness first, go to the steam room, hot tub, cold plunge. I might play some games or something. I don't even know. I just want to switch off for the evening. I've been on the laptop all day working through things. Another update for you guys as well. I think I mentioned yesterday already from those guys that reached out to me. We jumped on a call and we spoke about things, and you know, they are two founders and they want someone to jump on board in their team. They found my details and they reached out to me, and I thought, you know, let's see what's going on. We spoke today as well. They wanted me to do a trial edit, and personally, I don't do trial edits. You know, I'm very sure of my work. I'm very sure in what I do and how I come across, and the body of work is that the portfolio is there. So there's no need for me to ever go and do a trial edit. As me wanted to be a filmmaker, a documentary filmmaker, a cinematographer, and a commercial director at some point in my career, me doing trial tests, it doesn't work. You know, like, we win the business, we win the client, and we then go and execute. that is what it's about. The goal is to have your portfolio and to be recognized for what you've already done in the past. And for me, I'm very firm in that. If I'm going to go and shoot something else, I'm not going to do a trial test of that thing. It doesn't make sense. We didn't make it happen. And that's okay. I think sometimes in your career, you realize even if someone wants you on their team, if they want you bad enough, they'll have you on their team, sort of thing. And for me personally, I'm going somewhere where it requires a lot of like, you need to be firm in your decision making. And I'm so firm in what I want for myself and what I believe in, and just how sure I am in myself for my work. So yeah, trial edits are not a thing that I offer or even do. And I think for anyone, if you are operating in this freelancer space, building a business, you need to be sure in your work. And if things don't align with you, that's okay. You've built the connection already. And I think it's also nice to like keep an open door where I said to them, you know, for this, I don't do trial edits, and this is what I do offer for my services. If it doesn't work right now, that's fine. You know, you never know what happened in the future or how you may align again with these people. So keeping that door open is very important. You can't just close doors because it doesn't align with you in that moment of time. You need to then think, okay, cool, this right now in this present day doesn't align, but the connections there, we've spoken now, we've put a name to faces, and that goes such a long way in business. You don't know how people may think of you in the future. For now, I'm just gonna switch off because it's been a day. Yeah, it's been a day. But tomorrow, 14K run. Very, very long. It's currently Saturday. We're going for a long 14K run. The weather isn't that great. I mean, it's starting to rain. It's not terribly cold outside. So the plan of action is to drop this bag off and then do my 14K. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of laps around the stadium. But I'm ready for it. You know, I think getting the legs moving recently has been nice because I've got in flow now of what I'm doing. I know what I'm capable of. It's just like staying consistent, showing up. A bit like with life and business as well. You just gotta keep showing up, honestly. And I've realized with running, it will test you. Like those runs will really test you, especially when you're doing your tempo runs and your intervals. They will really test, you know, your mental strength to keep going. Gonna get this running, then go to like the spa and just relax a little bit, catch a little vibe inside there. It's just gone, what's the time? It's 8:36 in the morning, so yeah, good time. I'm glad that I woke up, especially after going to bed late. I was up editing a video for Explorers. I might put a little clip on the screen for you guys because, yeah, decent video. I like it, it's fun. Alright people, it's Sunday. Yesterday I spent the whole day just doing some work, chilling, watching football. Cool times, chill vibes, my legs are feeling good. That run was amazing. About to hit the gym now, Sunday. Gonna get a nice little workout in. This week here, 6 days of working out. We've clocked like 40 kilometers in running. It's mad. So I'm back home now. I'm eating some grilled cheese and tomato soup. I was super hungry and I was like, I need to eat something. This made sense. I feel like I never really show you guys what I'm eating, but I love food. Like I'm eating a lot of things all the time. We're gonna have this quickly. Got some YouTube on as well. Watching the guys, Peace Gates, Tasky, and yeah, gonna go upstairs, get to work, and then show you guys what's going on. What's good, people? So it's just coming to midnight right now. I just want to take you guys through some of the things that have been going on and like what's really happening. And you know, I think this time here, this sort of video that I'm making right now, you know, January can be a different time for a lot of people. From the momentum that you've brought from last year going into this year, from times being a bit slower, because January period is usually a slower time for everyone. And this sort of time here, I think of like when you're looking to try and build something and you're building something big, you need to think of, if you are slow in these times, what can you do to try and progress yourself? What can you do to try and grow your business, your thing, enhance your craft? And there's so many different ways you can do this. For me personally, I find that working out, going to the gym, get my mind right and planning ahead is the best thing I can do for myself, from speaking to different clients, having meetings, the potential work that may be happening in the future. Getting those things down and, having those conversations started is very important. And I think for a lot of freelancers that are just in this realm, if you are quiet, you need to think of what can you do. And I think of, posting content, getting content out there, creating new ideas, spec work, creating things that actually mean something to you that might be low budget, or you're doing things for free by yourself in a very small team. Those projects help so much. Showing those proof of concepts to different people, to potential clients, to people that actually are in your audience, in your network. If you can show these proof of concept pieces, it can take you so far. And I think, in this time here, I've been fortunate in the sense where I can still be building what I'm doing. From the documentary that I'm working on, first time director, and I'm working on a documentary that's taken me over a year to create. There's that. There is different client work that I'm also going on, different shoots, things that are coming up in the future as well to look forward to. There's so many different things that I'm doing right now, and I'm just trying to I think sometimes when you are a freelancer, you just need to put your start planting seeds. You need to start planting seeds in areas that you think will grow. And, you need to think long term, think of the future, think of what is going to benefit you in the future and how you want to progress, because those things matter so much. And I think once you start to plant those seeds, you realize how much time you've got for yourself now, and how that thinking has now brought you one step further to where you want to be, just by taking the action and making it happen. And it kind of helps me lead into this conversation here that I'm trying to explain to you now, about things that I'm doing for myself that I've been implementing from last year, from going to Dubai and taking that time for myself to implement things. These are things that I'm now implementing for myself for the future, for future growth. Just going to speak to you now about my LinkedIn strategy that I've now implemented and still actually doing. This is basically where I'm showcasing a lot of my work from last year, things that I'm proud of, things that are great portfolio pieces and that can go out to the world on LinkedIn, because I'm mainly active on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is there just for fun, really. Instagram is the main place that's going to be driving my audience to either follow me, engage with my content, or be the ones to reach out to me and be like, wow, I love what you're doing. Let's work together. Going to my LinkedIn strategy, I've been creating a 5-day segment of posts every single week. So this will be going up until roughly around June time. And it's all in the eyes of lead generation. So lead generation is very important for your business. You need to think of how you're generating your leads. And, thinking of how can I show up on all different platforms is very important to me. So I've now implemented a strategy where I'm posting 5 days a week on LinkedIn, and this is all for lead generation, because usually on LinkedIn, I don't really use it, but I think there is a gap in the market that I'm missing out on here, because people will look at this. People that I'm actually trying to target as my audience will see these things. There is actually structure here. There is a mindset that I'm coming with, and an approach that is making sense, that is repeatable. People can see it and be like, wow, there is a system here, and that is what we're building right now, building systems. So Mondays is usually portfolio pieces, just showcasing what the work has been, the brief behind it, the client, different things that we have to go and do to actually achieve this. So that goes into Tuesday. Tuesday is behind the scenes, showcasing maybe a certain segment within that video that I've actually made, and be like, what is it about this piece that makes it stand out? Is it the timeline and me doing sound design on the video? Is the timeline stacked with loads of different things and effects and, things that will just help me showcase the work behind the final product? Then it goes into other things such as, the mindset behind creating these videos. What is it that actually made this piece good? Was it a certain shot? Was it this one shot that made the whole video a complete success? And also just trying to bring people into the process of what were the results from these videos? Was it about exposure? Was it about getting views online on social media? I think I've spoken about Explorers Club, for example. I've been working with them for about 6 months now. And in that time, there's been over 150,000 views on their videos. So, things like that I'm showcasing and speaking about, so I can show someone that's on LinkedIn on a business mindset. Wow, okay, cool. This content does convert. It's not just content for the sake of it being made. Wednesdays, we go on to industry insights, just thinking about how do we speak to our audience and people that don't really know us, to give my insights to the world, things that are on my thoughts in my mind about, where is the industry at? Is there certain nuances and, myths that we haven't really spoken about in the industry that need to be deciphered and spoken about, from client expectations to, things such as budgets, anything. I think for me personally, and what I'm trying to build here, Flickshot as a whole, I want to be transparent as I can be with every single person that I work with. Every single time, I do my best to explain to people what is the process and what we are doing and step by steps, because it matters. I think if you can help people understand what you're doing, you can then actually implement these little ways of communicating with them on, like, okay, cool, we are at this stage right now, we're in pre-production, we're going to be working on this to get to this result here, and then you deliver that pre-production, that treatment. That is amazing. The client wants to see that, because sometimes they don't really understand what goes into creating these things. Maybe questions that I'm asking to the client to be like, oh, you want to create a video, but what is your video actually about? What is it that you're trying to convey here? What's the message? So those things really do matter. And I think through industry insights, I get to do that on a weekly basis, showing up every single week and giving people my opinion on what I think. And I think it helps me build credibility, for one, because people then trust my opinion and my judgment and what I'm saying because it's true. And also at the same time, I get to speak my mind. I think sometimes you keep things in your head for so long, you don't get to speak on every single thing you want to. But this gives me a way to just express myself in that sense. And leading on from Wednesday, we now go into Thursday. So Thursday is all about my personal brand and my story. So Thursdays are a great day for me to just showcase and speak about things I've done in the past and tell stories. I think, as a filmmaker myself, I love to tell stories. That's what I do. Through my videos, I tell stories. Through written word, I tell stories. Those things are all about me speaking my mind. So Thursdays, I get to go and speak about my own personal brand, my stories, things that I've done in the past, and ways that I've gotten to a certain place, from me creating a documentary once and not working out, having a corrupted SD card, but things to work out in the future. I'm bringing people into what means, like, what is it about my story that makes me stand out, makes me unique, that makes me overcome adversity and take on all these different challenges to get to where I am now. People buy into you as a person. And whilst Flickshot is Flickshot separately and myself, I'm still the person who's the face of Flickshot, essentially. I'm still the person who's bringing in business and providing value to Flickshot. So every single time, the story does matter of who I am, because in the end, I'm documenting this for YouTube and showing you guys what I'm doing. Founder stories do matter. We've seen it already, and I watch the landscape constantly. The landscape of when you're building a business in public is so important to who you are as a person. If you're in your videos and you get to show people who you are, people buy into that. And that's actually feedback that I've had in the past for myself, like from others. They've said to me they love my videos and how, I showcase the behind the scenes, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And even right now, I'm doing it for you guys. So it's so important to go and do that and tell your story. So it's what I'm doing there. Finally, moving on to Friday. Friday is a very chill day. Friday is just a day for me to speak and give some motivation. Something short, something sweet, something just to show up. Because I think, if I can post for 5 days a week for 6 months, that is actually insane. You think of what is going to be happening in this time, from people seeing my content on LinkedIn, the interactions, the message being spread that, oh, who is Luke? Who is Flickshot? Let's actually take a look at this. Let's look at what he's done, and they can see very clearly I've done X, Y, and Z, and I've gotten these results for these people. I've worked with big clients, from big sports brands to massive individuals. It matters. The experience that I've got matters. So over time, this will get built up, and it doesn't happen overnight. And yeah, just trying to grow, trying to make the right decisions, and thinking, what can I do to build clientele without it being so daunting, without being so hands-on. This is a way that if I can spend a few hours a day, a few hours of my week in a week to actually get these things implemented and to get that strategy down, I've got a week's worth of content, I've got a week's worth of videos, a month's worth of videos that will be showcased to the world. And that is what lead generation is to me. Getting your work out there and having people exposed to what you do through potential clients and newcomers that don't actually know you. What can you do and what message can you convey to them to make them understand who you are? So that is what we're doing with lead generation. That is what I'm getting at. And I think through this, for the next 6 months, it will lead to so much. And maybe it won't lead in the first 6 months to something. Maybe it'll be a year, maybe it'll be 2 years, maybe 3. But the fact that I'm making this now, I'm taking this step, it matters, and it will yield great results. And I say it because I'm claiming it, because I've thought about this, and it's just another avenue to get myself out there, to expose the business to what I actually do. I know this was a lot to explain, but I thought for myself and for you watching, I hope this can be valuable for you, and I hope you manage to like take it in. If you need to go back and listen through it again, please do, because I promise you, if you can start to implement these things daily and make your systems automated, essentially, that is just going to be amazing for you. And even in this sense here, where all of these posts will be automated, I still get to then react in real time. If people are commenting and sharing and interacting with me, I'm still going to be on my phone in real time to actually respond to these messages, to speak to these people, to engage. I think engagement is so important. You can't just make a post and forget about it. You need to show up again. And the only way you do that is through these phones right here. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. I think, these videos here that I'm trying to make, I want them to be valuable. I want to try and spit some game. And if I can inspire you guys to go make a step and take a jump, then I will. And I know this video is just, it can feel quite still sometimes, but sometimes not every single video is going to be amazing and a banger, and I'm traveling across the world every single second. It's not always like that. Sometimes it really is just me in my bedroom, locking in, getting to work and getting things done. So that being said, I'm going to leave you here with this video. I love you so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Ella, out.